Matthewson's auction more than 700 classic cars, bikes and trucks every month.
Beautiful bit of kit. This car is going to last forever.
At their garages in Yorkshire, our television crews have been trying to understand their business.
They've been following us around for years, and from what I can see, they've learned very little.
But that hasn't stopped us having a go at restoring our own historic vehicles.
You should be doing something else.
Put it somewhere safe.
I'm up for the challenge, I think.
Wow, there's not much of that left, is there?
It's been a massive headache.
So far, though, we've been pleased with the results.
Looks really well, doesn't it?
It's very good. This is the best one that I've seen.
Absolutely brilliant.
But it's a nightmare balancing the books when we come to sell them again.
We've spent just over 40 grand.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
£22,000.
You're going to blow money. But, all credit to you, you're saving another vehicle. You're performing a public service, really, and that's the only way you can look at it.
Is there any possibility of us making any money restoring classic vehicles?
Yes, but not that lightly.
Oh, man.
This week, a super rare Reliant undergoes an expert recommission, leaving no bolt unturned.
Well, the wipers are faulty. The fuel gauge doesn't work, which is a bit of a worry. The inner headlamps need replacing.
He does like to make a big list, Dave.
Both of the door mirrors are held together with tape.
That wasn't standard then?
No.
And we snap up the superbike that broke every rule. Shame ours doesn't even run.
Well, it's bone dry. That's not had fuel in it for a while. It's one of them. It might be you put petrol in it and it goes. Who knows? Let's have a look.
Matthewson's auction all sorts of classic vehicles.
26,000 N on the Escort.
Some with roofs, some without.
But it could be worse, couldn't it? It could be raining. Oh, it is.
However, despite our distinctly non-convertible friendly weather, their popularity never seems to waver.
We live in hope. That's all it boils down to. We live in hope. We've got this romantic idea of a convertible on a lovely sunny summer's day, and it don't happen because we don't get enough of it.
Over here, for me, we don't have the climate for convertibles. I think they're a complete flop and a waste of time.
Yeah, I don't mind a soft top. I'm lucky enough to have an Aston Martin convertible, aren't I?
Do you get the top down much, though?
No, messes me hair up.
We thought we might test the water with something a little bit different, niche even. A Reliant Scimitar GTC. Reliant began making three-wheelers in the old bus depot in Paisley, Staffordshire in the 1930s, before turning their attention to making cars out of fiberglass and branching out into sports cars. The headline act being the Scimitar. The first Scimitar was based on the Daimler Dart, but success came with the GT Estate. A shooting brake that was expensive enough to have celebrity style, made sense to those who like to spend their money wisely, and of course, had the royal seal of approval. There weren't many genuine four-seat convertibles around in the 80s, and the GTC should have stolen the show. At 11 grand, it didn't sell enough. The ailing Reliant went down, and Tamworth lost its classic car company in 1986.
The fact of the matter is, this is a fabulous motor. Absolutely brilliant bit of kit. But it doesn't really fit, like I say, the banger's criteria. Bangers only really buy stuff that wants a bucket load of work, a fortune spent on it, and there's a great big loss at the end of the day. Whereas this one, you don't want that, you see. If you were to buy it, it would be the best car you've ever bought, put it that way.
It's a mystery why the cost of a Scimitar hasn't risen like some other classic cars. But word on the street is that prices are rising, and fast, so we need to make a move.
There we are, the convertible Reliant Scimitar.
What do you think?
Good value for money, these. Fantastic value for money.
Dave says it's good value for money.
I hope so. We'll see.
6,000. 6-1, 6-2. Still provision at 6-2, 6-3, 6-3.
Oh, he's got a second wind.
6-4, 6-4, 5, 6-6, 6,006.
Oh, no.
6,006, then. Are we all done now at 6-6? They're moving forward for the first, second, third and last time at 6-6.
Whee!
Oh, the back of the cash team this time. There you go. Well done, guys.
Thank you. I'm pleased with that.
So, if you remember, a good many months ago, I did say to the team that every now and again, you'll slip up and make a profit. And I think this might be it.
We think that was a compliment. However, the pressure is now on, and it's looking like the Scimitar needs a good fettle rather than a full-on restoration. So we thought we'd take it to Graham Walker in Chester. He and his team have been working on Scimitars for more than 40 years.
Yeah, I went to an auction in Leeds and there was a white Scimitar GTE there and I just fell in love with it. I thought, what a stunning car. And it's just snowballed since then.
The garage is now the largest Scimitar specialist in the world, with a stockroom full of parts. Graham's right-hand man, Dave Jones, will be looking after our car.
Dave's been with me for 40-odd years. He says he's retired, but he's not. He's semi-retired.
But he just keeps turning up?
He just turns up every other day.
In his very own Scimitar GTC.
The car has now done 337,000 miles.
Sorry, how many?
337,000 miles. It's on his 4th time around the clock.
So you and Dave are literally part of the furniture?
Yeah. We've probably got 80 years between us, haven't we, on Scimitars?
So it looks like we came to the right place.
A little bit that way. OK, now straight.
Helping Dave out is Dan Lindop.
OK.
From the younger generation of Scimitar mechanics.
Never seen one with gold wheels before.
Oh, is that good or bad?
They're normally polished, the wheels.
I should get my head torch.
It's been well undersealed, shall I say.
Obviously, Scimitar fiberglass, but not the case underneath.
No, the chassis is steel. Later on, they did galvanise them, and those are the ones that last, but...
But ours isn't?
Ours isn't, no. It's too early for that. It does seem to have a fair bit of rust, but everything I'm checking so far...
It's falling off, as far as I can see.
Yeah, falling off, but the main part of it's still solid, so that's good.
How old are you?
35.
So, I mean, at 35, shouldn't you be trying to fit nitrous to coursers rather than fiddling around with
No, my day of that's gone. I prefer the classics now. A classic car's got character to it. A new car, yes, they're faster and they go around corners better and they brake better, but yeah, you feel like you're driving an old car.
Right, we better have a look on the outside then.
Yeah.
Right. Anything obvious?
Yes.
Now it's down at... Oh.
There's a few things.
Yes. What?
Both of the door mirrors are held together with tape.
That wasn't standard then?
No. The anti-burst catch there has seized, and that can cause difficulties closing the door and even difficulties opening it sometimes. But apart from that, it seems to shut okay.
Oh, now it won't open.
Yeah, that happens.
What have you done, Dave?
He's broke it.
I did it to test whether it would do that.
Yeah.
That can happen.
It can. Indeed has, Dave. It's...
Yes.
Oh, that's what the wheel used to look like.
Yes.
So we've got one correct wheel under there.
One correct.
So,
it's quite clean under here, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the screen wash bottle's got screen wash in it, Dave.
Yes.
That saved us 50p.
Yeah.
Initial impression?
Very good. Yeah, it's a good car. I haven't driven it yet, so I need to drive it. I can tell an awful lot more from driving these than just looking at them.
So far, so good. Let's hope Dave's drive out is an uneventful one. Our 1981 Reliant Scimitar GTC is now in the capable hands of Dan Lindop and Dave Jones.
Dan does the spanners, I do the wires and the fiddly bits.
As promised, Dave has been out for a drive and he has a list.
Well, the wipers are faulty. The screen wash jets need setting. The diaphragm in the driver's seat is broken, so you sit really, really low. That needs changing. The fuel gauge doesn't work, which is a bit of a worry. The cooling fan comes on much too soon according to the temperature gauge, so that needs attention. The horn only works on one.
Safe to assume this is going to get a lot worse before it gets better.
Dan, what are you struggling with today?
Just trying to get the caliper off. I think one of the pistons might be seized ever so slightly, but it's coming.
And this is purely to get at it, to rebush it?
Yeah, rebush it, new trunnions.
The trunnion allows the front wheel to rotate with the steering. The bushers are small protective cushions that absorb shocks caused by bumps in the road. Both are part of the suspension, which on closer inspection needs a full service.
Strip it all down one by one and inspect everything properly then. Make sure everything's all right.
According to Dave's list, it's not all right.
He does like to make a big list, Dave.
The inner headlamps need replacing. There's a leaky pipe, air pipe in the driver's footwell which blows cold air on your leg. The heater needs
Dave, we're over the page.
We're over the page. Oh, yes. The pedal rubbers are worn through on the brake pedal, so we'll put one on the clutch as well.
Unfortunately, another thing Dave noticed on the test drive was a whiny axle.
I didn't think you got your hands dirty, did?
I try not to. You know what it's like. Can't cope.
Oh, yeah.
Which, after further investigation, means it has to be removed and refurbished.
That's sort of the first thing you check on a classic car. You're listening for anyway when you're driving up the road. Is the diff noisy?
The diff, or differential, is the system in the axle that allows the drive wheels to turn at different speeds, which is required when the car is turning a corner.
And obviously, Dave found that it was noisy.
Yeah.
And wrote it on his list.
I wrote it on his list.
Looks like a blocked breather hole is responsible.
It's there.
Block solid.
That should be a hole.
The diff in the axle needs to breathe so it can work as it should. If the breather hole is blocked, pressure builds up and causes all sorts of problems.
So ultimately, covering up a tiny little breather hole like that has cost us
a lot of money.
Yeah. Good. Yes.
Right, let's get this over and done with. We're sure that's not the last of our problems.
Power steering belt's noisy. I'm not sure if it has a thermostat or not. There's extra wiring that needs tidying. The air cleaner is rubbing on the bonnet. That needs replacing. The steering column bushes need replacing top and bottom, and the boot light doesn't work, which it does now. I fixed it.
So apart from that, Dave, it's all right?
Well, what we do now is we do everything on this list, and then I go out again, make a new list. But some of them are just silly little tiny things that'll take 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
But those silly little tiny things,
they make the difference.
All the difference.
They make the difference.
And people will notice that when they come to buy this car.
Yes, yes.
We've decided to stick with the 80s for our next project, but this time it's 2 wheels rather than 4. A game-changing, rule-breaking superbike is on our wish list, and Paul's found a cracker.
Honda CBR, a very, very well-regarded, well-sought-after machine. This was all as a usable bit of flash, I think, weren't they?
Perfect. A biking icon from the 80s that changed the way sports bikes were designed and built forever. But is it going to break the bank?
Well, the thing is, you know, mid to late teens buys you a pretty good usable classic bike, doesn't it? You know, be it Honda, whatever else. So I would have thought up to a couple of grand.
Sounds like this is the one for us.
Lot 122, 1988, Honda CBR
Right.
600.
Here we go.
Oh, these are good value for money. Submit it from the word go. Provisional, £3 grand, £3,000.
Not a great start.
Selling it provisionally from the word go. Are you all done then? £3,000. Submitting for the first, second, third, and 3-1. 3,100. 3,001. What? Bought by a man who hasn't got a motorcycle licence. 3,100 down the way then, 3-1. 3,001. In fact, I doubt if he's got a fishing licence. 3,100 and going then. He's got a TV licence. 3,001 provisionally. 3,100 submitting.
Seems as though we may have paid over the odds.
If you want a bite, you've got to pay up, haven't you?
But don't worry, we've got a plan. Our 1988 Honda CBR is heading across the Pennines. There's not much Lorna Winstanley doesn't know about Japanese bikes from the 70s and 80s.
According to this 35,500 miles, it's not a stupid amount of miles. I mean, I've got an old CBR with 115 on the clock, and I've got another one with 90. So the mileage shouldn't be an issue.
Lorna started riding bikes in the early 2000s and hasn't looked back, racing and working on them. First as a hobby, now as a full-time job. The Honda CBR was her very first racing bike.
I do have a soft spot for them. If I could only have one bike, it would be the CBR 600. For its age, I would say it's average, just with what I can see. A scuff indicator, so it has been down on that side then, looking at that.
We should also mention at this point that it's a non-runner.
Well, yeah, that's about right. No, it's... I can't see there being any kind of catastrophic engine failure in there. It's Honda. You know, they're normally pretty bulletproof.
So Lorna's happy. Until we tell her we paid over £3 grand.
You're joking? Oh my God. Wow. Really?
Yeah.
If I was going out to buy a project for myself, I'd say between £800 and £1,000. £1,000 would be absolute. That's as much.
And remember, it doesn't even start.
Oh, it's bone dry. That's not had fuel in it for a while. It's one of them. It might be you put petrol in it and it goes. Who knows? Let's have a look.
Unlikely, given our track record.
Battery's all right. That's promising. Come on. Come on.
It's going. But not on all 4 cylinders.
Right, knock it off. Give it a couple of minutes. Right, we've got something pouring out the bottom here now. What's that? That's petrol. There could be a pipe disconnected or anything. So without going in there and having a look, I'm not really sure. But that's not good. We don't want to be setting fire to it.
And so the dismantling begins.
Yep, clear.
And a temporary fuel tank is connected.
Pour that in there. Put it on life support.
Not what we wanted to hear on day one.
So that's just connecting to the main fuel inlet there. Turn fuel on. Oops, what's this? Right, fuel hose are split. Well, oh yeah, it's split big time there. Right, okay. Yeah. So it makes me wonder what the rest of the fuel lines are going to be like, if that's rock hard as well, the other one from the pump to the carbs.
Not one to give up easily.
So we'll go again.
Lorna is going to spray a flammable liquid straight into the cylinders, which replaces the petrol.
So a lot of the time, just some fresh petrol and literally just a little bit of a rev can do the job. So yeah, it's looking promising. It's looking promising.
As for our Reliant Scimitar GTC, it's the centre of attention at Graham Walker's garage in Chester. Dave and Dan are working through a detailed list of jobs. Some large, some small.
You all right up there?
Say again?
You all right up there?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Taking the driver's seat out.
I don't know about you, Dan, but I think it's a good time to have a break and a cup of tea.
Yeah, oh, come on then, Willie. You'll be all right up there, Dave.
I can drop things on your head from here.
There we are.
That is the offending bit. That is supposed to be fastened to those for the seat buttons, and that is supposed to be attached to that bit. I've got a new one over there, I'll show you.
The seat diaphragm has finally given up after supporting drivers' backsides for nearly half a century.
That's what it's supposed to look like. And on that one, it's torn down here. We had to have those remade. They're not cheap.
When you say not cheap?
£57.
Plus VAT?
Yes.
Are you adding to the list, Dave?
Yes, I've just remembered something that's just popped into my head. The Velcro that fastens the hood around the B-pillars, the furry bit is deformed.
Have we actually ticked anything off?
Fix the door latch that you broke last time.
I know I haven't. Yeah. I haven't fixed it yet.
Actually, I don't think he wrote it down.
I didn't break it. It was the anti-burst catch.
So the lift's getting longer?
Yeah. Done.
At Lorna's garage, our Honda CBR is in the process of being dismantled for a thorough service.
We've already got the tank and everything off, so next job, we're going to get these lower fairings off. I'm going to take the exhaust off. These are quite manky. We'll get these off, get these polished up.
But before all that happens, the brakes are stuck.
It's proper tight, that. Never been serviced in a million years, that bugger. It's coming. It supposedly had had a brake service. There's new pads in there, but there's not a lot of movement in the pistons behind the pads, so everything's going to have to come apart, and I would be inclined to bleed everything through, put some new fluid in as well.
It's become clear the Honda hasn't been used for a number of years. Everything has ceased, and one job leads inevitably to another, usually involving a hammer.
Normally you can just give them a wiggle with your hands and pull them off if they're working right, but who got it? Give that a tap. There she goes. Yeah, a bit manky. All I do is pop that under there, get under the seal. They don't look bad, but there's obviously an issue. Otherwise the brakes wouldn't have been stuck on like they were. Now, I don't know if you can see, but in the back of that, the little top groove, you can just see it's not smooth, just a little bit of roughness. That'll be enough to just push the seal against the piston and stop it working properly. So, new seal kit required.
Next up, an oil change. But the aftermarket exhaust system is causing a problem.
How silly is that to have an exhaust system that it's just catching on the edge? We might just be able to get it. No, we're not. Right, so the exhaust's going to have to come off to change the oil. Right, OK, fine.
So the exhaust is covering up the sump plug, which means Lorna can't change the oil without taking the whole thing off.
You're kind of sacrificing performance for practicality when you put a race system on sometimes.
Ironically, the exhaust was designed to be removed quickly at the side of a racetrack.
No, it's not budging.
But due to our Honda's inactivity over the last few years, that's not happening today.
They're looking at the performance and the flow of the pipe, but they don't look at simple stuff like, well, what happens if I want to change the oil? Off there. I can give this a bit of a wiggle now, and it should drop out. Like that. With a normal exhaust system fitted to this bike, dropping the oil should be this simple. That's what we should have been able to do right at the start. And that bike has not had an oil change recently. As a whole, it's pretty tidy. I think once you get all the dirt off it, you'll see actually how good it is. It's just been neglected a little bit. It's a shame. Good service, bit of TLC, a good wash. It's like Sunday bath, isn't it? Make sure you do behind your ears.
back in Chester, they're having a break.
You just come to make sure they're getting on with it, have you, Graham?
Of course, they're still drinking coffee and things like that. It's like the council.
I didn't get one yesterday. I was here all day. They went out, they got lunch.
Well, you know where the kitchen is. You know how to make
I didn't have
coffee.
time. I was too busy. I was too busy. I was waiting for you to make one.
Is it always like this, Graham?
Oh, always, always. If you ask him the time, he'll tell you how the watches works.
That's because I know.
I noticed, chaps, that you've been shopping.
Shopping?
And in your trolley you have an axle.
Oh. No,
like
it's actually... no, it's yours. It's come back.
It's all refreshed.
It's, yeah.
Refreshed, refurbished and ready to go.
Go on, I've got it.
The back axle now just needs to be fitted.
Needs the bracket widening. But you know what they say, if at first you don't succeed, use a bigger hammer.
Dave's there, stood with his arms crossed whilst I'm working away.
I've just washed my hands.
Oh, dear. Could have made a cup of tea whilst you were washing your hands.
Keep it around. I haven't got the recipe.
So Dave, and mostly Dan, have the back axle on.
Very good. In.
Next up, the driver's seat has arrived back from the trimmers.
So he's replaced the piping, that skirt, and the diaphragm.
So you don't fall out the bottom of the seat now?
Don't fall out the bottom of the seat, and there's also a new sensor pad in there for the fasten seatbelt warning light, which now works.
Before Dan fits the half shaft onto the rear axle, he's going to replace the bearings.
Because after we've had the rear axle reconditioned, it would be daft not to change them.
And this is one of the things of recommissioning a car, isn't it? It's you take something off, where do you stop? We might as well do this while it's in this state.
It's like putting a new gearbox in a car and not changing the clutch. It's pointless, isn't it?
So we spent whatever we spent on doing all the axle, so we might as well do that for a few quid.
Exactly.
And 5 minutes of your time.
However, it's not a straightforward job. A 30-ton press is required.
It will make the loudest bang you've ever heard. I don't like doing them.
And how many have we got to do?
Just the two.
While you're doing that, I'll vacuum.
Disappear.
No. I'll vacuum the floor where the seat, and we'll put the seat back in then. So
while Dan's going to exert 30 tons of pressure on our half shaft,
I'm going to do the important bits.
Right.
How much of that 30 tons might we need?
Probably near enough all of it.
Do I need to stand further back?
No. Good in that, isn't it?
I don't like that.
You don't just hear it, you feel it, don't you?
But before Dan can get on with fitting the new bearings, he's going out of his way to help Dave with the driver's seat.
Dan's just trying to connect some wires at the moment. It takes a while. There's 2 of them.
As I was pushing it, went out that way, and then I brought it back the other way. It's like...
Would you like me to have a look?
No, it's all right. It's done.
Oh, OK. You have confidence?
I have confidence.
All right, then. There's not a huge amount left to do, really. The heater blower, I think, is still only on 1 speed, so that needs looking at. Of those windows, the electric window switches, they need seatbelts want defuzzing. Get the wheels polished. We need to see if we can fit that K&N air filter. Yeah, getting there.
Very good.
Music to our accountant's ears. At Lorna's, our 1988 Honda CBR 600 has been painstakingly taken apart, cleaned, serviced and is now being put back together again, keeping it as original as we can.
It's nice to have something that's blingy bling, but everybody just looks at it and thinks, oh, it's been restored, it's blingy bling. So I think if you can get the original parts and make them look almost new.
That is the key. Thankfully, our fairings have fared well, which means they don't need replacing, and nor do the decals.
Actually being able to repair, renovate, paint work, you know, fix little problems, make it look good while keeping it original. I think there's a bit more credibility in that.
The sports exhaust has also come up well.
This is perfect. So to actually have that in such good condition, the downpipes, apart from a little bit of surface rust, when I actually got all the dirt off them, they were really good underneath. Even though the micron is a little bit faded, that would have been a brighter red. It's there, it's complete, it's cleaned up really well.
One part we were missing was a trim panel.
Ah, fantastic. Looks like he's done us proud. They are quite rare. If the bikes were used for track days or even just on the road and you had an accident and fell over, it's that bit that takes the knock. They just break and then they get lost, and that will just slot in there and just covers the nastiness, really. That should just clip those lugs in first.
There's a range of sort of positions, isn't there, for anybody repairing bikes?
A range of positions?
Yeah.
When you're actually working on them?
What position is this?
This is kind of, well, if it were the Kama Sutra, it's probably page 4. It's kind of scrabbling round on your knees with your bum in the air. I'm really not happy with how that front's fitting. Right, there's a lot more wrong with it than what I initially thought. We'll put it that way. At least it works. Mechanically, it's sound. You know, it's had new bearings, it's had all calipers stripped and new seals and pistons polished up, you know. I kind of think you stand a couple of feet away and look at it and you think, does it look all right? And yeah, it does. It doesn't look so bad. So it's trying to make it usable and tidy and 100% safe.
And we've done that.
And I think we've done that.
When I say we, you.
Well, yeah, well, it's a joint effort, isn't it? You had to buy the bike.
Which is where it all went wrong.
That's where it
really.
went wrong, yeah.
Let's see how wrong it went. The original purchase price, including tax and commission, was £3,379. Parts knocked us back £395. Labour cost us £1,880, bringing our total spend to £5,654. If we can turn a profit on that, it'll be nothing short of a miracle. Just north of Chester, Dave has taken our gold Scimitar wheels to be returned back to their original shiny silver finish. Mike Hazelden is in charge and is quietly confident they will end up as good as new.
Mainly with old wheels, it's just corrosion. They get a lot of build-up in the back of where the tyre sits and seals to the rim, so we concentrate on getting rid of any of that. Any pitting marks, the diamond cut machine will deal with that when they go through that process. Other than that, it's just anything cracks and buckles, which we check for, but these look quite clean on that way, really.
So once the tyres are removed, the wheels are chemically stripped, which cleans off any tar, grease or muck. They are then aqua-blasted to remove paint or lacquer and prepare the surface for diamond cutting. This machine removes a wafer-thin layer from the surface of the alloy to create a highly polished, bare metal finish.
So hopefully, by the time they come out of the process, they're going to be as good as new.
They'll be as good as new, as if they'd left the factory.
And that is exactly what we were looking for.
And they always say, don't they, that the wheels finish the car off, really.
And that's the first thing sometimes people look at, so the wheels make it stand out and give it that wow factor.
Back at the garage, guess what? Dave's checking his list.
I don't think there's anything left on the list at all.
And the door opens.
And the door's open. Yes, and the door's open, and look, see. Perfect.
So what is this almost perfect GTC going to cost us? The original purchase price, including tax and commission, was £7,194. Parts and materials were £3,580. Labour cost us £5,760. bringing our total spend to £16,534. After Dave and Dan have finally ticked everything off the list, the Scimitar GTC is back at Matthewson's.
I think it's lovely. Super, super condition. If it drives anywhere near as good as it looks, then I think someone's going to wind up with an extremely nice car.
That said, we need to sell it for 16 grand just to break even.
Generally speaking, I think it will surprise us. I do. But by surprising us, I mean it'll make 10, 12 grand. Because that is a surprise for a Scimitar. Whether it surprises enough to go and make 16,000 quid, I'm not sure. I hope so for you. It's doubtful, but I hope so.
Maybe a drive out with the top down might boost our prospects.
It is a driver's car, that's what I've always felt. That they just go, they're dying to go, they're keen to please, eager to perform. It's exactly what they do. Oh, I fancied it the first time I saw it. One of them cars I buy from 20 feet away. I know I keep on about it and people don't quite understand what I'm talking about a lot of the time. But if a car's right, you buy it from 20 feet away. But I'll tell you something, they don't get any better the closer you look at them. Smooth as silk. What a four-seater tourer.
Let's hope there's some like-minded buyers at the auction.
Now then, this is a proper car.
It is.
Lot number 370 is the 1981 Reliant Scimitar GTC. What a lovely machine this is.
Dave's here to oversee proceedings.
£11,000.
11 already? That's good. Oh, we're off.
11,500, 11,500, 11,500, 11,750. At £12,000 bid. At 12 and a quarter. 12,250, 12,500, 12,500. At 12,750, 13,000. At £13,000.
Come on, Derek, get your hand up.
13,004 and 5, 13,500 and 6.
It's doing well.
13,600.
Knowing them as I do, I'd give 15 for this myself.
Can I say I drove it on Monday, filming, drone and everything like that? Beautiful car to drive.
14's just gone on the net. At 14, 1's just gone on the net. 14, 1's gone.
This is good. This is good, you know. We've saved a really good example of this car.
14.2 has just gone. It's just clicked on there. Is it out? 14,002. It's going, is it?
It's going.
It's
going. Mate. It's going.
I've been told to sell it, ladies and gentlemen. It's been told it's got to go at 14,200. At £14,200 bid. Are we all done then? 14,002. The hammer's coming down. Sold at 14.2. Well done, guys.
You know, that's pretty decent. Everyone wins out of that. Somebody has got a bargain there.
£14,200. Not quite broken even, but an incredibly good price.
I've just checked the national results on Scimitars over the last 5 years, and the highest price achieved for a GTC up to now is just 10. I knew today we would set a world auction record for a GTC Scimitar. I knew we would. A guy who can't do the work himself, he's got himself a blooming good buy, a blooming good car at a sensible price.
Our Honda CBR has made it back across the Pennines, and we've come to see a man who knows. And he should know. He's got one.
They rev these. Yeah, they're great. There's something about Honda, isn't there? I love my Hondas. Wheels have obviously been done. Looks lovely. Discs as well, by the looks of things, are they?
Front and back calipers.
Yeah, calipers are all new. Looks a lot of bike. Yeah, they sound lovely. They go real well when they're on song. Mine's the same. Like as soon as you get up in the revs, all of a sudden it sort of goes again. You've made a lovely job. You could still tinker about, couldn't you, and clean the life out of it a bit more, but I think that's about where you're going to take it. No point taking it any further, otherwise you'd be scared to use it. I suppose it's down to the Honda enthusiast who is on the lookout for one of these and who wants one of these is why it'll do its money.
What is its money?
I think it'll start with a 3. I think it will. I'd like to think it'll start with a 3. And it's quite a lot of bike for 3 grand, isn't it? You certainly won't get your money back, will you? But someone's in for a good deal, aren't they?
452, guys. Honda CBR 600.
There we go, £1,000.
Remember, we're in this for £5.5 grand.
I don't think we're going to get that for it.
£1,200. 1,300. Does he want 14?
Yeah.
14 to Jordan.
Good man.
Jordan's telephone, 1,400. £1,500.
I think it's going to get to 2, 3.
It's on sale, £2,000. Must be the cheapest CBR.
Oh, there you go. Well done, Paul.
CBR 600. Come on. 2, 3, 2, 4. £2,400. £2,600. 2, 7. £2,800. We got 29.
Doing well.
£2,900. Cheapest bike of the day. We've got to wrap it up. £3,100 going once, going twice. Third and final, Staffordshire, you bought yourself a Honda. There you go, Gary Downing.
Well done, brilliant, that's good.
Yeah. Well done, well done.
Someone's got a real good buy here, haven't they? It was a nice bike to start with, and you've improved upon it, and they're going to capitalise on that, aren't they? And it's an up-and-coming market, this. You know, this era of bike is really coming on song. So, yeah, you can't really go wrong.
As for the Scimitar, well, 300 miles south, our GTC is enjoying a new lease of life near Portsmouth with Dean and his dad, John. And they know a thing or two about Scimitars.
I went to school behind the factory where they were built, and my dad worked in the factory, so he actually built them.
It was fantastic. Everybody done the job and they made a great car.
I thought, when I grow up, I'm going to own one of these. So this is my third Scimitar now, and each time I've sort of tried to buy a better model, but you're always looking for perfection as a classic car owner, in my opinion. But the problem with these cars is the doors, trying to align the doors, so...
Oh, no. The two blokes that used to do that were brilliant. They knew the job.
The door is sticking out at the bottom.
No.
Because the moulds are out.
I'll tell you now, when they used to go out, they used to be perfect.
Because the suspension has been rebuilt on this one, it drives absolutely lovely, faultless in fact. Yeah, generally I'm reasonably pleased with the car. Some work to do on it, but there's always work to do on a classic car. So I can remember as a child my dad bringing the Scimitar home, putting his bags in the back, and then he took all the kids up and down the local road. I don't think we're supposed to tell Reliant that, but it doesn't matter, they don't exist anymore. But he put all the kids in the back of the car and we went up and down the road, sat in this SE5, I think it was.
Yes.
And then Dad drove it all the way down to London and put it on display at Earl's Court Motor Show.
I just love the car, Just looking at it, it's fantastic. Really beautiful car.
This week, we take one of the greatest names in motoring history.
Built fantastically well.
Sign it up for a beach race. Then run out of time.
2 weeks' work left to do in a week.
Do I look stressed?
You don't look stressed, but you should be.
We have a second date with the 30-ton Volvo Love Truck.
I used to go around and pick Samantha up in it when we used to go out courting at night.
Which has been completely dismantled. And Derek's not keen on the idea of us doing up a pedal plane.
Kids can't get a car that wide through a door that wide, can they? And now we've got a plane with wingspan like that. I've got my doubts whether it's the least bit useful, to be perfectly frank.
Matthewson's deal in desirable, genuine classics. Over the years, some rare marks and models have gone under the hammer. But Derek's still got some on his bucket list.
We've had a few Lagondas, not many, but we haven't had an Austin Atlantic, and a car that I'd very much like to deal with. Yet we've had 3 or 4 Austin Metropolitans, which again are a very rare car.
Trouble is, when it comes to high-end collectibles, things aren't always as they seem.
Every sale we have a recreation. Some of the posh guys called it an evocation. You and I will probably call it a replica.
So, for example, this Fiat 600 Abarth is actually a recreation. This is an MG masquerading as an AC Cobra. And there's been a ton of Toyota MR2s and BMWs that now look like Ferraris.
It just enables people to get into that without, you know, having to sell a kidney and remortgage the house.
With this in mind, we've become very interested in what looks approximately like a 1920s Bugatti worth about £500,000.
This? No. No, it's not a Bugatti.
It does say Bugatti on the front, though.
It's a Beetle.
Bugatti is as prestigious as motoring gets. Owners of early cars think of their purchases as works of art with a secondary function. Futuristic and powerful, they are motoring royalty. It was the Type 35 that took to the tracks and won. With this shape and this colour, Bugatti created motor racing glamour in a car that you could buy after it had won and drive around the French Riviera. Nowadays, Bugatti is still glamour, just a bit noisier. A Veyron would set you back more than £1.5 million. But the golden age still wins. A 57 SC Atlantic from 1936 sold at auction in the US for a world record $30 million. We're hoping this one will be a bit cheaper.
Built by an old guy up Teesside area. I think he's made a lovely job of it. She's a lovely old thing. The actual tub and things, I think it's built fantastically well. Drives lovely, drives fantastic. It will be up there with one of the better driving things in this shed.
So if we did get this at auction, what should we do with it?
I don't know, that's not my thing, is it?
Probably not ours either.
The obvious answer is to do it up and make money at the re-auction. But we also thought there might be a fun diversion along the way. Bridlington on the Yorkshire coast. The setting for a peculiar bit of motorsport called Race the Waves. Inspired by similar events dating back to the 1900s in Daytona, Florida, this is an opportunity for modified classics to battle it out in a high-speed blast by the sea. If we win, it might even add a few quid to our car's value. But first, we've actually got to buy the thing.
The Volkswagen Bugatti replica looks $1 million.
You feeling brave?
Well, I'm not driving it, no.
£6,000, Will. Oh, 6,500. I see there. 6,500. That's 6,500. 6,750. 6,750. Do you want 7, Andy? 7,000 here on my left-hand side. And 250. 7,250. 7,500. Are we all done?
Yes.
7,500. That's provisional to the bankers and cash team, Andy, down there. Thank you very much.
I think that's good. I know it's a replica, but it's going to look the part. You watch.
In an attempt to actually achieve this, we're sending our new addition to the fleet to Johnny May's garage near York.
Although I've never worked on a Bugatti, we've worked on quite a few Beetles and campers and beach buggies.
Usually with the expert help of mechanic and surfboard designer Mark Juggins.
People annoy me, and I've also recently found that time, it's never on your side, is it?
1929 Bugatti Type 35, I think, replica, based on a Beetle. The most bizarre thing ever, but really cool, really cool. What we have is fiberglass, rust, and in here would be an engine, but look at that. Spark plugs, fire extinguisher, and the engine round the back is where the magic happens. That is 1600 twin port, be about 50 horsepower.
It would have been when it was new.
When it was new, now it's probably about 30. But it's probably all you actually need to make this an awful lot of fun. Mechanically, I think it's all right. It needs its brakes doing. The main thing is, it's the look of it. I don't like the wheels, don't like the colour, don't like the mud guards, don't like the orange indicators at the front.
The red chassis, the red axle beam on the front.
Yeah, don't like that.
Unsightly.
We'd like to make it look a little less kit car, a bit more kind of vintage racer. We thought about doing a paint job on it that made it look like aluminium. It needs a bit of kind of...
It's got a strange audience, though, hasn't it? Because a Bugatti fan isn't really going to be wanting to buy something like this unless he's going to use this for his daily and have his real one in the garage. And a VW fan, it's maybe not VW enough, but time will tell.
Would you buy it?
I probably would. Wouldn't want to drive it.
I want to drive it. It'd be mint on the beach, this. Proper good. Because all your weight's at the back, traction, and it's really cool.
And we're led to believe it actually runs.
Happy with that?
Less so with the 1980s drainpipe exhaust, but it's an easy fix. Can the same be said about whatever is underneath?
A trimmed-down Beetle floor pan. Obviously not a lot left of it to rot, like on a normal Beetle, which is a good thing. Yeah, there's no nasty surprises under here, really, is there?
The metal all looks solid.
There's a leak on the head gasket there, isn't there? Oh, you're going to check the brakes while it's up as well.
My expert opinion there...
Seized.
Binding, a little. Slight binding.
And that would probably sap about 3/4 of its horsepower, wouldn't it?
Yes, there's stuff to do, but it's starting to look like it's more than good enough for the task ahead.
Race the waves. It's not a race. It's just fun. Until you beat somebody. Then all of a sudden you go, yeah, it's a race. It's all on now. It's all on now.
At May's garage, Johnny and Mark are about to start work on our sort of Bugatti.
So, yeah, the VW Bugatti. We're racing this on the beach in just over 3 weeks now. So we need to get a bit of a wriggle on, I think.
Going to get stripped ready for a bit of paint work, hoping everything will come off all right. It'll come off or it'll fall off.
Some parts have arrived, but they're just waiting for the rest.
You got a delivery of Hope and Enthusiasm. Is that coming in today?
The Hope and Enthusiasm, Mark, I ordered about a year ago.
And still not arrived?
And it's still not arrived. These wheels, we're ditching these. Look at that. That's how seized those brakes are.
The VW wheels that fit these hubs are a 4-stud, which are a little bit modern looking for it. So we were going with a 5-stud.
This is where it gets really confusing. Look
Very
at that.
confusing.
Righty, tighty, righty, loosey, lefty, tighty. Ah, they shouldn't do this to us. Actually, look at them. Shoes look all right, don't
Shoes look good. This is which simply open, simply. Do you want to go to an ad break?
Explain to me what we've got in here.
We've got a chimp trying to open a box.
A chimp with a square peg and a round hole.
There, that's simple. How exciting is that? Very exciting.
This is what it's going to look like. There's no bearing in here, but that's what it looked like. And then the wheel we have prepared earlier. Obviously, the wheels are going to be brand new and silver, bigger tyre than this.
Aesthetics are everything for this particular job.
All the little bits that have been done red will end up black. The red bits were probably acceptable in the 80s.
They're definitely not acceptable now.
Not acceptable now. We're taking off everything we can and get it ready for masking up and painting. We will be going black and silver plates, a little bit more in keeping with the car.
We're not going down the route of making this look like a Bugatti, because it's clearly not. I see it more looking like a special, you know, a race special, something that someone's built just for that purpose, racing.
Johnny doesn't like the moustache.
Don't like that, do not like that. I should have a moustache.
You actually should, shouldn't you? Pipe lagging with vinyl over the top, and then we've got that going onto a little bit of garden hose.
There we go.
Excellent.
There's a few more bits to take off our prized possession, but it's essentially ready for its facelift, which means Mark's going to be doing quite a bit of sanding, which he loves.
Happy days.
For our second project, we fancy something more manageable, but equally nostalgic.
People of a certain age have got an awful lot to look back on, and they do it with fond memories, things that they can relate to and so on. If you can show people vehicles or articles that they can really relate to, I think you've cracked it.
One such example, a pedal plane, can be found hovering over the cars here at Thornton-le-Dale, and there's a similar one ready to be auctioned. Derek thinks they should be for adult use only.
The reason I hung it up was because it's too valuable for any of the kids to use, plus the fact kids can't get a car that wide through a door that wide, can they, without hitting the door frame. And now we've got a plane with wingspan like that. I've got me doubts whether it's in the least bit useful, to be perfectly frank. But it's actually quite nice, isn't it? I like that.
Inspired by the formidable American World War II fighter bomber, the Corsair, our 30-year-old craft has also seen some action. Maybe a bit too much.
You're probably going to have to give somewhere around the 500 or 600 quid for that. Then this has all got to be replaced, look. To make that look nice, you're talking about 300 quid. If you paint it and make it look all pristine, you're going to owe you 900 quid and it's going to be worth 7. The same sort of money as you gave for it.
It doesn't make a lot of sense financially, but we think the well-used Corsair deserves a second life, so we give it a go.
Corsair pedal aeroplane, there it is. Look at that, in navy livery. What a lovely bit of kit.
Yeah, when you pedal it, the props go around and everything, so it's lovely.
Where? 5, 20, 40, 60, 80, everywhere, 86, 620, 640, 660, 680, £680, are you all done? 680, £680, gonna sell it provisionally for the first, second, third.
This is good if we get this. Excellent.
Have you bought that?
I have.
Looking forward to seeing that.
For this niche restoration, we decided to send our tiny aircraft to Andre Fondrick in Bedford. Known as the plane guy, it would be fair to say he's a bit obsessed with aviation.
Andre, you've got your own squadron.
Well, one of the many hats I wear as the plane guy is we make pedal planes for youngsters aged between 3 and 7. And I do lots of different things, aircraft restoration, and also we operate various vintage aircraft around the country.
Andre and his apprentice Finley have just completed 22 pedal planes for a customer in Belgium, but our retro model is still a bit of a novelty.
Most of the pedal planes we make are built of plywood with some metal components. This is actually an all-metal pedal plane. They're very rare now. Now that looks nice, doesn't it?
Pedals here have got grips for the feet. That's the first thing I actually noticed. And this mechanism causes the propeller to spin. We would use like a big elastic band, but this is actually a big spring.
In fact, the only non-metal part is the seat here, this bit of leather. I would imagine we'll have to replace all of this. Paintwork looks really good, but again, I think we'll give it a good...
Yeah, a few touch-ups on the paint.
We'll take it apart as well, in case we find any corrosion that might be hidden.
Sandblasting will also get rid of any light bits that are rust that are there, so it's back to nice, hopefully shiny aluminium.
But apart from that, it's not in as bad a condition as it could be, considering the age. Let me tip it forward quickly, because the wing is held on by 2 screws by the looks of it.
Deconstruction begins.
Yep,
you got it? OK.
Andre also uses these simple toys to try and inspire children to become the next generation of air traffic controllers, ground crew and pilots.
We're actually doing a programme for primary schools now to get a pedal plane in there and start from scratch, and then they actually have to mark out the plans. Then that gives them some extra skills. You need to do some metal working. You need to know your maths as well. It makes them work together. It makes them think about logically what needs to be done next. They're skills they can use forever.
Near York, Mark has been laying into our Bugatti's fiberglass body.
It looks like riveted panels, so the idea is to make it look like aluminium, part of an illusion. It's fairly straightforward on this because the colour on it is gel coat, so it's actually in the layup of the fiberglass. There's a couple of tiny cracks in one of the panels. There's no kind of stress fractures in the rest of the body. We've got artificial louvers on the car. In real life, these would be stamped into the panel with a punch, and there'd be a little gap there for venting your engine, which we haven't got an engine underneath here. But yeah, we still like these to look a little bit more authentic. We might just haze a little bit of darker silver on there.
So the sanding phase is sort of complete, but that's about it. The clock is ticking on our beach race.
One of us has been saying for a number of weeks that things must progress. However, another member of staff, he seems to think that a week and a half is more than enough to do this work.
As long as it's got 4 wheels. Be right?
And how many wheels have we got?
2.
There has been a delivery, though, so in theory, things should progress today.
That's beautiful, isn't it? We are going to replace the wheel cylinder. That's him, lad. We're going to replace the stupid shoes and the springs and everything. And we're going to replace the flexi hoses as well. Exciting times.
Even though Mark is deceptively skillful, in the past, cars like this opened up the possibility of hobby engineering to anyone with a shed.
How cool is it that somebody's dad, they'll be disappearing into the garage and then they'll come back a few months' time and they've built a car like this. The reason being so that they can embarrass the kids by taking them to school in it.
With progress now running at full whack.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Johnny and Mark prepared themselves for the next critical stage.
We've got to paint the entire car to get rid of the turnip colour. Maybe 2 weeks' work left to do in a week.
Do I look stressed?
You don't look stressed, but you should be.
Back with our Corsair pedal plane. It's now been shipped off to a high-end restorer in Milton Keynes. Andre seems happy with progress.
We've now taken the rest of the bits and pieces apart, and my good friend Warren, who I've known for many a year, he has all the facilities here to actually help us to sandblast all the metal work.
It's all leading up to a new paint job, which will be done by Larry Frost.
Hiya, Larry.
How you getting on, buddy?
Not bad, not bad.
Good?
Just got one more rivet to the ruse.
Right, OK.
This is the original colouring that we got.
Yeah,
so
that's
what I'd
fine.
like you to do is colour match this particular nose cone.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Over to you, sir.
Away we go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It is quite challenging. Obviously, you've got lots of different angles and corners. This is sort of like painting motorcycle panels where you're inside and out, upside down. You've got to make sure you've got every single part of it. It can be a bit of a pain, but that's all right.
Various components have been going through the sandblaster. It looks like a basic machine, but in the wrong hands, it could turn our plane to dust.
Well, how easy, when you're doing this, how easy is it?
It's not. You can't see the minute you start this up, it goes like a black cloud in there.
The gritty sand is fired out at speeds of up to 500 miles per hour, hitting the metal with a pressure of around 100 pounds per square inch.
I think that's got it.
The external of the wheels have all been double coated, so they're hard to get off, and you've got to be very careful with this, that if you hit them too hard, you'll distort and change the shape of it all.
After a fair amount of panel beating,
nice.
A surprise delivery.
That's what we had made today. Start to finish, ready to go in.
Some final essential prep, and then it's off to the paint shop.
Prime everything inside and out. We'll bake that in the oven, and away we go. We're ready for colour, and that's the easy bit.
With both of our projects going unusually well, it's time to have an update from an old banger's favourite. Back in 2018, Matthewson's received a shipment from Ireland, which included a 1970 Volvo F88 truck.
Wow, that's different. I didn't realise the Volvo was a breakdown. I thought it was a tractor unit, which is a full-blown recovery by the looks of it. You wouldn't get any more on there, would you? Very full.
On the day of the auction, it was expected to sell for at least 25 grand. 10-year-old Charlie was very amused by it.
What I like about this, it makes me laugh when you rev it like that and a load of black smoke comes out after it.
One prospective buyer had done his homework.
It was used for demonstration purposes to the British Army, brought it over to England and put this truck through its paces. And from there onwards, they bought a couple of hundred trucks.
Bedford haulier John Statham knew all about the truck because he used to own it.
I work for a family business, car and truck recovery. I used to drive this when I was a very, very young man. I used to go around and pick Samantha up in it when we used to go out courting at night. We didn't have a lot of time together, did we? So you used to come to work with me, didn't you?
Yeah,
so
occasionally.
I've got a lot of history to it.
They were always going to buy it, but it didn't come cheap.
35.5 on the phone. What do you think? 36. 36, are you done? You sure? Well done, Chet. Well done.
Just really happy to have it back and grateful that we got to the auction and secured it.
It wasn't long before most of their employees were up to speed with this romantic story.
It's become known as the love truck since the auction, so they're just waiting for the fairy dice, you know, throwback to the 80s. John and Sam, you know, sun visor strip.
And drawing the curtains on a Saturday evening on Red Bull.
Come on.
We took it to a few shows, drove it along the road.
Forgot how noisy it is inside the cab.
Gradually finding out what bits and pieces we need to actually do to the truck. The rear suspension was worn out, it had a gearbox fault, damage on the door pillar, so we just thought, right, why don't we do a full restoration on it?
How are we getting on?
Slowly but surely.
Wins a day.
We brought it into my man cave here. We took the body off it, we took the crane off it, and stripped it right down to the bare chassis. It's been sandblasted and painted. We're just fitting all the components to the chassis. We started assembling the air tanks and we started to put the air pipes inside the chassis.
I've never personally seen a lorry stripped down to the bare bones, as it were, and I'm just so glad John knows what he's doing. Because it does seem like a Herculean task.
The 9.6-litre engine still needs a bit of attention.
That's the next project, is to actually strip it down, check the crankshaft for wear, and most of the other components for wear as well.
But another fairly important component is ready to go.
I didn't have time to restore the cab fully, so we sent it to a guy up in Yorkshire to do it for us.
Samantha hasn't seen it yet.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, the seats, the upholstery. Love truck Volvo. I didn't know that was being done. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, it just looks so clean and tidy. And if you want to have a little nap, you can draw the curtains for some privacy.
This passion project has taken up most of John's spare time, but it should all be done in about 6 months.
It will be incredibly satisfying to have it finished. Not everyone is able to do something like this, so just proud but very fortunate as well.
Near York, our not-so-Bugatti is about to undergo a much-needed image change. By the end of play, its fiberglass body should end up looking like aluminium. Johnny locks himself away for a few hours in his spray cave. When the car eventually emerges, there's a very pleasing result. Not a hint of the original turnip.
New car.
Proper transformation, isn't it?
We've deliberately kept this just a satin lacquer on here because we don't want it all shiny.
Yeah.
So really, what we're doing is bolting bits back on. We've got some new shock absorbers, they've just arrived. Then we have new tyres come in, and then we can hopefully decide what we're going to do with this arch here.
Because we still haven't decided what we're doing with the wheel arches.
I don't like that.
Johnny doesn't like it.
I don't like it.
He's been deliberating.
Aesthetics are colliding with Johnny's health and safety.
No wheel arch. It just looks like an old racer. But there is an elbow, maybe, might be an issue, I don't know. And if it rains like it's forecast, that will fill up the inside of the car, won't it? I think we don't even worry about the wheel arches now. Let's get this bolted back together.
Yeah, and test drive it.
the front beam axle has been swapped out from one of Mark's old VWs.
That's brought the front end just down a little bit, just so it was pointing up in the air before. Now it's kind of a bit more level.
It was also a quick way of getting rid of the red paint.
You took this off, Mark. You should be putting it back on.
Nah. Are you happy with the angle of this one?
I couldn't care less, Mark. When I'm sat in here, my head's about here anyway. That's no use at all.
This is emulating the speed that Johnny will be going up the beach. About 15 mile an hour?
Oh, fast then. Right,
fast
okay.
then, yeah.
I'm ready.
Nobody died.
I've still got my eyes, but I don't know if you've noticed, Mark, I'm covered in detritus. Just a quick buff off. I like the fact it's got patina. Shows age.
Oh, look at that.
Shock absorber. Should do the trick, shouldn't it?
There was some last-minute frustration with the brakes.
There's two big washers, really, and basically need to be a little bit wider. Whose bright idea was this?
Not mine.
Not mine either.
And the steering.
Because we've changed to a nicer, better front axle beam, the angle from the steering box to the steering column is very different. It's depressing, isn't it?
But after a long day, we were finally ready for the test drive.
It's running quite well, so fingers crossed. Shakedown run, it's known as. So yeah, it's about to set off now. We'll see how quick it is.
Perfect. It's looking all right. Clutch isn't slipping and pulls well, and we've got brakes, so they're the main things, aren't they?
24 hours later, the day of reckoning. Alongside about 100 other hard-to-define hot rods, number 95, Johnny May, looking forward to his day on the beach.
A little chilly and a little grey, possibly a little rainy. 1/8 of a mile, all hell breaks loose. Some very fast cars here.
And bikes. This is Mark winning on his Harley Davidson, dressed as Evel Knievel.
The advantage I've got is it's really light and it's got numbers on now as well. So as soon as you put numbers on a car, faster. Yeah, it's all about fun. It's not a race, it's just fun. I'm going to predict that I actually set off quite quick, and then most cars about halfway down come flying past me.
But has Johnny spoken too soon?
It's actually better than I thought. It's brilliant. It's running great. A lot of fun. So much fun. Great little car, yeah. I want it, yeah. Can you give it to me? Can I have it?
Winning most of its races, our beach Bugatti Beetle has not embarrassed itself. But how much did it cost to produce this motorsport hero? Including tax and commission, we bought the Volkswagen Bugatti replica for £8,175. Parts were £1,988 and labour was £1,580, bringing the total to £11,743, about the same as a new wheel for the real thing. In Milton Keynes, all the preparation on our Corsair pedal plane has resulted in a better-than-new paint job. Now, it just needs reassembling.
Yeah, this is the worst bit because you don't know where anything goes. Trial and error here on this. That's that bit. That takes a washer and a split pin.
Warren didn't take this apart, which adds another layer of complexity.
So
are all those nuts and bolts the same size and washers?
No, they're not. Literally be anything. So I think what I'm going to do is replace what I can with new.
He's been here before, hence the large collection of spares.
The problem we have in this day and age that suppliers will send you a metric equivalent of an imperial washer, and they're not necessarily 100% correct.
And the frustration doesn't end there.
Left hand on the pivot point there, and yet right hand on the steering, which means the rod runs at an angle across. I've now got to take this back out to get the rod in the same direction. Do the bearings go on that side, or do the bearings go on that side? God, I bet the RAF don't have these problems.
Indeed, but needless to say,
doodly-doo-doo.
After a bit more fiddling,
doo-doo-doo,
Warren manages to get the thing back in one piece. By the time Andre tips up the following day, there's only a handful of bits to finish.
Absolutely brilliant. You can see the finish, absolutely immaculate. You know, it's all done by experts who know their stuff.
It's been pretty quick. 3 days. It's beautiful. I think it's going to fulfil somebody's dream of what they wanted as a kid.
The stickers or decals go on, along with the refurbished and newly chromed accessories. Warren also gets a bit of a workout with the steel rivets.
There you go.
Right.
And we have a steering wheel.
Excellent.
You just lift it up. There you go. As you pedal it, propeller goes round. Pleased with that.
It's one amazing job.
Looks lovely. Very pleased with the way it's turned out. I never saw it in the first place when it was all in one piece, and the proportions are beautiful on it.
It only seems fitting that the first outing of our beautiful pedal plane is at the Imperial War Museum in Duxford, where it gets to meet its full-sized relative, the Corsair FG10. Known as Whistling Death, the real thing was notoriously difficult to land on an aircraft carrier. Ours should be easier to control, but our finances taken a bit of a nosedive. Including tax and commission, we paid £802 for our pedal plane. Labour, including rechroming, was £1,584, and parts and materials came in at £636, bringing the total to a rather turbulent £3,022. We're expecting stern words from Air Chief Marshal Matthewson.
Well, so this is it. We've been waiting for this to land all day, and here it is. Big restoration on it and a lovely job. This is what just confirms what I keep telling people. When it comes down to the cosmetics, the paint job, pay the money, have it done properly. I think you've got to take the attitude. When you're doing something as nice as this and as interesting as this, you've got to spend whatever you've got to spend to turn it into this condition. It's as simple as that. I get more enjoyment out of seeing this than I would an E-Type just being restored. Corsair pedal aeroplane. Beautiful bit of kit, now bought by the Bangers and Cash team, spent an absolute fortune as usual. Here to be sold but not given away, so start me on it. £700, £740. If your location is somewhere abroad, exotic, south of France, then I'll be bringing it in and flying it myself. £800 and going to West Midlands, £800, £820, £820, £840, £840, £860. Come on, European buyers, come on. South of France will do me nicely, £880. East Sussex, well, you know, £880, £900, £900, £900, £920, £920, £40, £940,
oh, hang on, look at that.
£960, £980.
It's going to do a grand.
£1,000 and going, then I'm submitting the bid, £1,000. £1,020. Going then, £1,020. £1,040, £60, £1,060. Last time looking round, £1,060. 1,060. There you are.
It's not the result we were after, but Derek is keen to soften the blow.
In compensation for the expenditure you've had and the way you've tried on that, I think we should do that for no fees whatsoever. So there you are, you get your 1,020 quid back in your hand, don't you?
He's clearly not himself today, but we're grateful for the concession. A few days later, near Harrogate, our tiny Corsair is emerging from a new hangar. Ruth Wilkinson is taking its arrival seriously.
Chucks away. I think this is go right, and I think this is go left, and I think this is come to me. It's actually going to be flying down to our great nephew, who's just turned 1 year of age. Nobody else is going to have a toy like that. Right, we're good to go.
Runway 21, clear for takeoff, wind 280 degrees, 5 knots.
Birthday boy's party is in London in a few days, and the pedal plane will be transported in this, another Matthewson's acquisition.
You are giving a 1-year-old the chance to feed a passion for maybe aeroplanes, for cars, and he's going to be the most popular little boy in his area, I can tell you.
Back at the garage, Derek, a stickler for authenticity, is arriving in his rare, original Sunbeam 16 from 1930 to give his verdict on our less than genuine 1980s Bugatti.
Oh, well, I've been looking forward to it coming back. I see it's had a colour change, and I don't remember the big, sand tyres on the back here. But other than that, it looks very much the same. I like the colour, and I'm pleased to say, suspension and steering and such like has all been put into black. It looks good. Yeah, it looks all right.
Before telling us what he reckons it will do under the hammer, Derek wants to see what it will do under his right foot.
Back at the old Le Mans, you know what I mean? Good old days they were. It's a fun car, that's basically what it is. It's a right good fun car. Gearbox feels really good, steering feels good, brakes feel okay. It instills confidence, there's no doubt about it. It does make me feel confident with the car. I feel quite happy. I've only driven it half a mile, but I'm quite happy with this. I'll drive this anywhere, it's no problem. Bit of a flat spot there, maybe carbon's cleaning out or whatever, but generally speaking, it's all right. It's about 8 grand before. I can see it doing like 10 grand, which, I mean, ain't too bad, ain't too much of a loss, is it?
Moving on to lot number 400.
Look at that. Look at it.
Where we're going to be on that, you tell me. 3,500, Will, please. 35, 3,005, 36, 36, 37, at 3,007, 38, at 3,000.
It's quite a low start, but it's going. It's motoring.
At £3,900 bid. At 3,000, £4,000 in Lincolnshire. At £4,000, 4,1, 4,2. Am I right in thinking, gentlemen, there's been considerable expenditure on the car? Where are we?
About 3 grand.
You spent about £3,000 on it. Right, OK. So someone's getting a bargain.
Oh, God, yeah.
£5,400 at 5,004. At 5,400 bid. At 5,400. 5,500. 5,005. At 5,500. 5,600. 5,600 and 7. 5,700. 95% of people will not know what it is, and 95% of people will value it considerably more than this, won't they, if asked?
What we did.
At £5,700, and it's away, it's going. It's sold at 5,700. There you go, it's gone.
Don't clap that.
Don't clap.
That didn't go well either. In this case, the market for fun replicas might be smaller than we thought. But the good news is that Alison, from Ampleforth near York, has now got a car she and her husband Jeremy adore at a bargain basement price.
My husband found it, he bought it and then told me he had bought it. I wasn't best pleased. However, when it came home, I fell for it just as much as he did. It's one of a kind. We've never seen anything like it before. I love the reactions it creates. Everybody turns their heads, you hear the noise before you see it. I mean, it looks like chitty chitty bang bang almost, doesn't it? It's cheerful, it makes you happy. We don't plan on ever letting it go. If we did, it would be to my husband's father, who already has fallen in love with it. So we might let him have it over holidays, but then we'll take it back.
This week, we chase profit on what could be the next classic fast Ford.
Absolutely nice.
Before attempting to see just how fast...
Am I allowed to drive it like I stole it?
It really is. We hear how a story of optimism...
You just learn it, you read about it, you do it. It's not difficult.
...turned into a 3-year nightmare.
Well, basically the whole car was an issue.
And we take pity on an aesthetically challenged Eastern Bloc hero.
I think it's probably one of the ugliest motorcycles ever made.
Matthewson's is full of temptations.
These are worth gold dust, the minis.
I like some of the Peugeots, and I like this one as well.
Prado VR6.
We've been unable to resist some prime examples that weren't exactly bargains.
The 1963 Lotus Elan, 25/7.
And some of them have been stuck in the workshop for nearly 2 years.
We'll get there.
To help cash flow and reduce our blood pressure, we're looking for a quick turnaround, a surefire bet, assuming such a thing exists.
I think you need to do things that are a little different, a bit quirky maybe. A sporty example, you can't go so far wrong, can you?
Buy premium bonds. That's the best thing you can do. Although you'd lose money out of premium bonds, you lot. You'd buy £1 a piece and sell them for 50p.
We decided that this beauty might be the best tool for the job. 2004, 65,000 miles on the clock, the Ford Mondeo ST220 is an often overlooked member of an elite club. Ford's specialist RS or Rally Sport team were all about taking the family runabout and modifying it into a high-performance machine. Escort Sierras and Focuses with motorsport tech and sometimes a planet-sized spoiler became the office car park must-have. But Ford realised there was a market for a more sedate performance car, and in 1997 the Mondeo was the first to be given the ST or Sports Technology treatment. The ST220 was a must-have for reps in a rush and the traffic officers chasing after them.
Yeah, it's a modern classic, isn't it? And it's affordable. You know, anything fast forward, it's normally, isn't it? You know, you need to sell a vital organ or something, don't you? You know. So, yeah, I can see the logic behind it. Yeah, it is going to need a good service over. But look in there, it's real level in there. A little bit of wear on that seat, but nothing drastic. Just a little bit of creasing, which is normal. Massive valet, and the wheels refurbed. It will look a different car.
Dave reckons we should be paying about $3 grand max. We seldom listen.
Mondeo ST220, start me on it, whereabouts? £3,000 and gone, 3, 3, 32, 33, 33, 34.
Well, what do I stop at?
3004 with me, you're out.
50.
3005, 35, 3005, 6, 3006 with me. 3600, 37, 38, 3008.
Yeah.
This is a bargain.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll keep going then.
On sale
I'll
and
stop
going,
at 5.
3009, 4, £4,000. £4,000. £4,000, are you all done? 4,000, do you want one?
Is this us?
4,000
We are still on. I'm getting confused
all
now.
done then,
I'm getting excited.
£4,000, I've got to go at 50, 4,050.
Oh no. Are we out?
4,050,
Yeah.
I've got to do it. 4,001, more than a bid of 4,00001. Sold for one, thank you.
It's £1,000 more than we should have spent, but not a disaster.
I think they're going to be very much an appreciating classic, aren't they? But don't overspend on it.
I don't think it's going to be big profits, but who knows, eh? You never know.
We need the work done quickly and efficiently, so we're sending the hopefully money-making Mondeo to a family-run firm in Leeds. Dave Sierra has always liked to run a tight ship. Exactly what we're looking for.
I started my business in 1983.
Might not look old, but I'm fairly old now at the moment.
Officially, Dave is supposed to be retired, leaving his son Manny to run the business. But that hasn't quite gone to plan.
He comes down 2 or 3 days a week, and next week he'll come for 5 minutes, next week he'll be here for 3 hours. Just wants a cup of tea and that's it. And biscuits, that's what he wants.
Oh wow, that's a nice car. ST220, that's absolutely fantastic.
Clean?
Wow.
Full leather?
Yeah, tyres a bit perished down there.
If you do something with the wheels?
Yeah, definitely need refurbing.
No major dents?
No, just a few little scratches and little imperfections. Needs a good clean up all round, good valet. But for the age of the vehicle, I think absolutely mint.
Good. Big engine, cool looks, good power, old school, everything about it is just a classic Ford.
We've hit on something very rare. A restorer who reckons we've bought well.
Very rare model, and I think it's going to be a very, very good project for everybody, really.
One thing's for sure, our hot Mondeo is in safe hands. Cars, trucks and garages have been a multi-generational obsession for the Searers.
My dad used to have a haulage business in Uganda, where we originally come from. The subframe and the legs seems to have a little bit of surface corrosion, Manny.
Yeah.
Working with Manny is like a dream come true for me, really, because I wanted one of my lads to be working with me. Discs are really bad. Seems to have a really decent exhaust system on at the moment. Manny, from very young age, has always been interested in vehicles.
When he'd come home, we'd come outside with him, what car have you brought, what car have you brought? There's always something different, and then he'd drop us to school in that. And then if it was something loud, he'd give it a few revs, and people would say, oh, I saw your dad revving this and that.
The wheel bearing's a bit noisy.
He is a very good teacher. He can write you a full description about changing a bulb.
Sales and everything's all good, Bunny, so make a note.
Yep.
Looks like it's been parked for quite a long time. Look at all this smoke coming out of it. And spiders. Engine's got a little bit of an oil leak. Other than that, it's fairly a nice, decent car.
But the best surprise of all was yet to come.
Timescale, how long are we looking at in terms of getting this car back out?
We would be looking at about a week.
What dealers normally do is buy stuff that doesn't want a load of work, get it in the workshop, get it sorted out, get it looking nice, get it back in a sale, get it sold and get your profit. And I gather that this Mondeo is absolutely perfect for your job, in my opinion.
In Leeds, we were thinking that our Mondeo had just the right amount of things wrong with it so we could turn a profit. But now it seems the engine is running a bit lumpy.
It's there, can you hear it? We might have to do a smoke test on there. You can hear like an air leak, so that could be something simple.
A leaky hose will mean less air for combustion. This is one of those time-saving mechanics hacks.
Turn machine off, Manny. Sure, that's the section, that pipe there.
Yeah. This sort of machine can save hours of listening and checking this and vacuum pressure this. It'll just do that and find that straight away. Hopefully that's an easy fix.
A temporary pipe is put on.
Ready, Manny? All clear, yeah?
Yep.
But the V6 still isn't running right.
Still doing it. Right. Is the air noise still there? Still there?
Yeah, it's still there.
More diagnostic vaping.
Somewhere at the back here, isn't it?
Then some words we didn't want to hear.
Sound like a cracked manifold. This will all have to come off, all this. The smoke is coming from right behind, inside at the bottom of the manifold here. And at the bottom of the engine, there's no excess because we've got the exhaust and everything coming up.
The manifold joins the exhaust to the engine. A new one isn't cheap, and labour costs could start ramping up.
Slightly worrying.
Could be. We've got to remove the manifold, which is probably about 100 bolts.
OK, that's it. Right. OK.
But as soon as it's detached...
Fantastic.
A £300 problem is instantly reduced to a few quid.
There we go.
Good find.
Yeah, I got it. Steady on.
For our second project, we're on the lookout for something a bit more unusual than our Mondeo.
All loaded by myself.
Some of the lots weren't quite what we were after, but we were quite drawn to this peculiar thing, a 1971 MZ250 trophy.
Nice little bike, that. They reckon these are a right nice little machine, don't they? There's a good following for these, you know.
Where?
Czechoslovakia.
We're not in...
Technicality. Derek's fact may well be right, but our MZ was actually built in East Germany in the 60s and 70s. Nicknamed the Iron Pig due to, let's call them, interesting looks, it still managed to dominate the international 6-day trials competitions, hence the name Trophy. It was also a big favourite of the local Rozzers.
What a well-built bike. I mean, that is a quality machine. It just doesn't fit into our aesthetics that we accept over here, does it?
Therefore, is it a good one for us to buy?
Yeah. Look at all the mudguard brackets and stuff and suspension in general. Look at this, look, all creased.
You know a bit about these, don't you?
No, I don't know anything about them, no. But that frame and that engine, don't that look impressive to you? It's purposeful engineering and it's strong, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that'll take all the family, wouldn't it? They all lot. All of you. Ducks, chickens, a lot as well in the back of it. Everything you can get on it, that would carry that bike.
It's a bit weird, but we like it. Now we just need Derek not to overhype it, so we can bag a bargain.
Now the 1971 MZ250 trophy. Now this is a cracking bike. Quality.
I know.
Absolute quality. Build quality, unquestionable. Super machine, lot number 237.
He does this on purpose, you know.
An awful lot of money, these bikes. Far superior bike to a BMW.
What?
15, 16, 17, 1800, £1,800, 18. £1,800 and going then 18, 19. 19 on my left, 19. £1,900 away and gone then, 19. 19, can I say 2?
No. Yeah, come on.
My left for the first, 19 provisionally for the second, third and last time provisionally, 1900.
Thank you.
Bangers in cash, restoration team.
We quite like the idea of making this standard model look a bit more like the police bikes. And there was only one place we wanted to send it to have the work done.
Got to have biscuits, that is absolutely essential.
Brian Gould and Rob Carter are based near Hull. They know all about this misfit machine.
I think it's probably one of the ugliest motorcycles ever made, but it's so ugly, I think it's actually lovely. Nobody did anything even close as bad as this, Brad, did they?
No.
There's just nothing else that looks
as bad.
As bad.
Brian is actually a massive fan of MZs. He's forgotten exactly how many he's had, but he thinks it's more than 25.
You'll notice the MZ calendar, and if you look on November, there's my bike.
Brian and Rob have been scouring the scrapyards of the world to make this the best-looking version of the world's ugliest police bike.
The police ones that had leg shields, didn't they, Bri?
Yes.
And they are, like, absolutely super rare.
When we heard about this, I started looking around. I looked into what they should have, and luckily I purchased a pair with the fit-in kit.
If the bike was coming towards you, that's how they would fit like that.
Rob and Brian are perfectionists with a keen eye for originality.
It wants a full bare metal paint, everything, mudguards, tank, headlights, side panels, back mudguard, and we will re-pinstripe it in gold.
And that's not all. Brian's going to be doing some more searching.
On this bike, what they had was fairly flat handlebars.
So they're the wrong handlebars?
They're completely the wrong handlebars, which means they've got to be replaced, and we've got to find the proper gear, like the indicators to go on the end, and the correct throttle.
The storage box on the back isn't right.
That's going.
and there are further irritations.
This is a modern replacement. Somebody's even put here, ring-a-dang-ding. Well, it should be ring-a-ding-ding.
That's what sound an MZ makes?
That is correct.
But the main issue is yet to reveal itself.
Fuel starvation.
So we're not getting fuel through?
No, that's right.
Certainly not enough.
Don't matter what we do, there's not a peep out of it, is there?
No.
We've got a fundamental problem with it.
With Rob's words ring-a-ding-dinging in our ears, it seems a good time to get an update on an old banger's favourite. Back in March 2020, Mark Dawson from Selby was having a clear-out.
It's no good having them sat in a garage, just sat around. They need to be used.
There was a Crayford Corsair.
My dad, he had a 2000 GT one, a red one. I remember going on holiday in the early 70s. This is a 1965 Humber Hawk.
There was also a 1971 Triumph 2000.
It's in good condition, really.
And a 66 Zodiac.
Definitely needs a good clean.
But the most deceptive was this 1958 MG Magnet. Apparently, it was in better shape than it looked.
All the major welding's done. The basics are there for somebody that's got some time to do it.
Quite a lot of time, maybe. But sure enough, the right person for the job came along. Retired RAF engineer John Beaumont from Gainsborough gave £2,000 for it.
I bought the MG Magnet because I needed something to do. It's a car I used to own. I bought one in 1966. And I had it about 2 years until it fell apart. Well, actually, it blew up.
This car might have had some work done to it, but it wasn't exactly in showroom condition.
I'd actually seen better cars at the scrapyard, but I then decided that, what have I got to lose? So I went and bought it.
John spent most of the first 6 months dismantling the MG.
Fuel tank out, rear windscreen, so I could clean it up. That's easy to do the doors in the workshop. I hadn't got an instrument panel, that's all in bits. Bonnet off, wings and inner wing off. All the brakes have got to be done. All that is rubbed down, undercoat, top coats.
And that's all there was to it, apart from the small matter of putting all this lot back together again.
You just learn it, you read about it, you do it. Sometimes you're wrong, most of the time you're right. But it's not difficult.
With this level of military can-do, 3 years on, we weren't expecting any major issues.
Well, basically the whole car was an issue.
Clearly a lot has been done, but it's still not quite fit for the road.
I've got an air leak somewhere on the brakes and I can't find it.
In some ways, though, it's a miracle it's still here at all.
I rewired it completely, and when I connected up and put the battery on the first time, flames shot across the engine bay. The engine was seized when I first got it. Decoked it, done the valves, changed the distributor, but the first one I put on, that caught fire as well.
John did much of the work himself, and there was plenty of it.
All the steering and suspension bushes were changed, all the interior was replaced. I got fed up quite often, so I just used to leave it. Like last year, 2 or 3 months I didn't touch it during the winter.
Do you still love it?
Most of the time. You lose sleep, you lose weight, they're worried, but it's still fun.
In Leeds, our Mondeo ST220 could be about to deliver that rarest of things, a profit. A nice, simple job that's apparently not going to take more than a week. New spark plugs.
You can see the difference.
Replacement vacuum pipe. And a good service.
That's the new oil filter. Should last you 10,000 miles.
The little Mondeo, although it is a fairly routine refurb, really.
It takes 5.7 litres of oil for this one.
Nothing too exciting, but ideal for the dealers that just want to basically turn it around and put it back out again within days.
There you go. That's the oil and filter done.
We can't wait to actually get the thing driving, but there's one more essential job that needs to be done first.
The brake discs are very bad. The pads had quite a bit of corrosion built up on it, and all the cobwebs as well.
With the brakes in bits, it's a good opportunity to check the wheel bearings.
When you turn it, you can feel the roughness in the bearing. You can tell it's the original one. Luckily, it's a straightforward change.
Through there. Hopefully, that buzzing noise we were getting from the back should be all gone. Fit the brake disc on. These are the two new brake pads. The caliper clips forward and locate in position there.
It's been a masterclass in Mondeo maintenance.
I always said to him, as you get towards retirement, you should work at a college or something like that.
The caps have got locating lugs.
Because you like talking, you like teaching.
So the file's working absolutely fantastic, as you can see.
But he was always interested, hands-on. He loves it still.
Our fast Ford is safe for the road, but with the finish line in sight, it now needs to run well to make financial sense.
So what does that engine sound like now?
Engine sounds beautiful now and it's performing like it should be doing. So now it's absolutely smooth. It's driving good. But in third gear you can feel the clutch is slightly slowing down where the engine's kind of slightly overrunning. There you go. Okay, did you hear that sound on the engine? So it does have signs of clutch being worn. We have to drop the whole of the engine down altogether and then split the gearbox off.
Needless to say, after that news, we're loving our Mondeo just a little bit less. Just outside Hull, Rob and Brian are preparing for another day with our MZ. The panels and mudguards have all been sent to a paint shop, and they have some very good news.
Stop that off, Rob.
What's that sound it's making?
That's ring-a-ding-ding.
It's a huge relief. The root of the engine problem turned out to be where the cylinder head joins to the crankcase.
As soon as we got the head off and looked in, last person in there had put 2 head gaskets in. And when we had a look in the proper MZ factory book, it clearly says there, look, no gasket.
So nowhere in that book does it say put 2 gaskets in?
No.
New parts have started to arrive.
That's it, look.
Yeah, that's a beauty. That's a nice touch, Rob, look.
Yep.
On the back mudguard. New number plate. And look at that.
Ingeniously, this bike has just one pair of indicators that flash both forwards and backwards.
Those fit inside the end of the handlebar like that.
And they're new, old?
Yes, they're brand new then.
The next important stage is to dismantle the bike.
What state are these?
So Rob can repaint the frame.
There you go, mate. Beauty with these is, with them being aluminium rims, all we've got to do is just sort the spokes out. There you have, I've got this.
Before long, the wet and dry emery paper is out.
We're not going down to bare metal.
You might say, well, look, that's still a bit of black on there, but that isn't the point. It's the smoothness.
Once the prep is done and Rob has worked his magic with a spray can, it won't be long before we put the Iron Pig back together again. Back with our now not-so-profitable Mondeo ST220, Manny has already clocked up hours of extra labour in preparation for the gearbox coming out.
There's a lot to take off. So all the fittings, the gear linkages, the cylinder pipes, all the engine mounts and the bolts.
The car is having to be dismantled just to get to the worn-out clutch.
Not having it. It's a stupid thing.
This is all bad news for any hope of a profit.
Right, Robert, down maybe?
Down,
Yeah?
yeah. More?
Yeah?
It's clear. Yeah, it's clear.
The next stage of the surgery can now begin.
You can see clutch here, there's your pressure plate, and you've got your flywheel behind it. So we're going to be changing both those items. There we go. That's the clutch. So you got your clutch plate there and your pressure plate. So that's what's got a lot of wear in it, so when we're driving it, it's slipping. So you can just see it wearing close to the rivets there. You can just see the uneven wear that it's got around all of the side.
Next to come out, the flywheel, a heavy lump that's connected to the engine, which provides the drive when your foot is off the clutch pedal.
So here's a new flywheel. We always say it's always worth changing this. You don't be doing the clutch again. If the flywheel starts knocking in a year's time, it's everything back off again.
With the new clutch in place, there's now just a small matter of putting the car back together again. And when it runs right, it needs to look right.
Well, we are alloy wheel refurbishers, powder coating and diamond cut, basically.
Jason Allison will be addressing our Mondeo's main cosmetic problem.
A slight bit of curb in there, bit of corrosion coming through. In general, not a bad wheel.
How many wheels have you done in your career then?
Oh, I'd hate to think, Have you
done any FP220s before?
Plenty. A bit understated, really. You don't see many of them around these days, and yeah, I don't suppose there is many around.
For this era of car, getting the old colour off in an acid bath is a very lengthy process.
This BMW wheel here, all water-based, 20 minutes, wheel stripped. Back in the day, coatings, it was totally different, 4 hours minimum.
After the powder coat has been applied, the wheel is then baked in a hot oven.
That's so the powder sticks to the wheel, encases the wheel in polyester powder.
The finished item is arguably better than when it left the factory.
2 coats, silver, metallic, with the lacquer over the top. Beautiful.
A few days later, our ST220 is whole again and fully functioning. It's taken 2 weeks rather than 1, but that still deserves a reward.
We'll give it a foam, rinse it off, and then we'll wash it using a 2-bucket method.
Valeter Kane Durkin doesn't come cheap, but getting this car properly scrubbed up could add hundreds to its sale price.
Say with like your £5 car washes, they won't clean the arches, and that's where all your salt and your grit's going to sit. I mean, you can see it all coming off there, like the muck. It'll sit near your sills, and then this is where you get your rot.
It's a deceptively skillful job in which near obsessive attention to detail is a plus.
So when I was 15, when I was still in school, I bought a car from auctions with my dad. Basically took all wheels off, cleaned it all up. Ever since then, I've just liked the fact of just cleaning cars and then just giving them a new lease of life, like.
The end result is impressive, but can the same be said of our finances? Including tax and commission, we paid £4,469 to buy it. Parts were £422. Labour was £2,719, and the valet was £140, bringing the total to a surprisingly restrained £7,750. We're still in with a chance of actually making some money. Our Our Mondeo ST220 is on the move. It's got a big day ahead. We plan to give it a track test at a private airfield, but first, an even more nerve-wracking moment as we present our recreation to some Ford fanatics.
The Ford RS Owners Club incorporates all Fords, not just RSs. You know, when you like the Ford badge, you like the Ford badge. It doesn't really matter what it is.
This is a Zephyr Mark III. It was bought by my uncle new in '63, who sold it to my dad in '75.
It's an RS 1600i. My dad bought it. And I was 7 at the time, so I just said, that's my car. Even though it's quite big, it does feel like a go-kart.
Yeah, somebody's done it in white. Yeah, you need to put red in there, paint it.
Ford owners can be a right fussy lot.
Well, that's a bonus, because those don't normally work. That's clean under there, though.
We like it's original.
Yeah.
Rare colour. And you've not put cheap, nasty tyres on it either. Yeah, could have polished the headlights.
And the wheels are mint as well.
Yeah, the wheels are.
Yeah.
New centre caps by the look of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that leather.
Yeah. Hardly worn.
Yeah.
65,000 miles.
Yeah, it'll make somebody a real good car.
Yeah, it will, yeah.
Our Mondeo seems to have been accepted.
Yeah, I love it. So good to see another one on the road. Really good job that you've done.
I think it's a lovely car, yeah.
Price-wise?
7,500 maybe for it.
Someone's going to get a right good bargain with that when they buy it, so...
Just a stone's throw from the Humber Bridge, Rob and Brian have been working hard on our MZ250 trophy.
That's got all the marks out, look.
Yeah.
That'll buff up nicely with that now, yeah.
The frame has been painted, and there's been a lot of cleaning.
I've had a go at the engine. It's a very visible engine, so you need it to look shiny as best as you can.
And the mudguards and side panels are back from the paint shop.
What he did, he rubbed the mudguards down, painted them gold around the edges first, put the lining tape on, sprayed it black, and then pulled the lining tape off, so the black was actually above the gold.
The aluminium wheels were in fairly good condition.
We've polished all the rims, Bryce cleaned all the fins off the hubs in the middle and everything.
But they brought in their friend Col Thompson to replace the spokes and set them up correctly.
What we've got to do is try and get the up and down out of the thing. As you can see by that look, it's quite a way out. So we need to slacken these spokes off at this side. But now we've let it go that side, we need to tighten it up at this side to pull the rim across. With a simple device like this, it just works a treat.
A couple of weeks later, the MZ is almost rebuilt.
When we brought this bike to you, you and Brian both said it's the ugliest looking thing.
Yeah.
What do you think now?
The look is unique, and they're not laughed at anymore now. You know, they're taken seriously.
And certainly this one isn't going to be laughed at.
Of course,
No, it's beautiful.
when they're nice, when they're real nicely presented, all the more so.
We're going to connect the battery up, try the horn, try the lights. If everything's working, we'll just go for the start and see what happens. That's one filament. That's the other one. That's your winkers. That's your on. Choke off. Ignition on. They're late.
What about that?
Sounds well to me. When that's had a good run up the road and cleared, tick over will just even out that little bit more than it is now, and that'll be spot on.
Now, with the reclaimed leg shields all painted in Old English white and the correct handlebars fitted, we could not be happier with our version of the MZ250 police bike.
That's it. We've got an RAC rescue and recovery service when they were blue and white, and that's your backpacker's first aid pouch.
Rob and Brian have done the business again.
Looks good. it charges, it runs. Everything that needed changing is changed. I'm ever so pleased that if that was mine, I'd be proud to own that. I really would. I think it's lovely.
It could be one of the best MZs out there, but how much did it all cost? Including tax and commission, we paid £2,080 to buy it. Parts and materials were £2,028, and labour was £3,000, bringing the total to just over £7,000.
Well, I love it. I absolutely love it. It's restored to an absolutely superb standard. And that bike is probably better than it left the factory. The tinware is beautiful. Enclosed chain, look, enclosed by these gaiters, top and bottom, indicators on the bars. Wow, it's just brilliant. I've heard stories of guys running these, having a change and buying BMW and going back to MZ.
Too late to phone them? Probably.
Now then, the MZ 250 trophy. Here we are. Off we go. 2006 World
It is a cracker.
26.
It is a cracker.
27.
It's good.
£2,700. 28. 2008. 29. 2009. £3,000 we are. 1. £3,100 at 3.2. 3.3 at 3,003. 3.4. Can I sell? Is it going? At 3.4.
It's going, Dave.
It's got to go.
Reluctantly.
At £3,400. And are we all done? 3.4. There you go. Well done, guys.
More than £2,000 down, but Derek's helping us to focus on the positives.
That should look like that in 25 years' time. Well, that's marvellous, isn't it, really? And if someone hadn't done it, then it's not going to look like that ever again, is it? Fabulous job.
On a runway on the outskirts of York, our Mondeo ST220 is on final approach to sale date. We're keen to find out just how fast our fast Ford is. Time to meet our top gun for the day, Dave Matthewson.
Am I allowed to drive it like I stole it?
We think the course is about 1/4 of a mile, but somebody forgot the tape measure.
Don't break it.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, she pulls all right.
12.36 seconds.
That's the same time as a second-hand Porsche 911 Turbo, which proves we don't know how to do a scientific experiment.
No, good value for money, I think. That's what we've proved, haven't we? You can have a lot of fun without spending an awful lot of money, can't you?
Has it still got a clutch in it?
Yes, right. I was saving the clutch, you see. Rather than slip it, I thought I'd just spin the wheels.
Dave thinks he's done all right, but what's this? Arriving at the airport.
It is a Ford Focus RS, one of the only road-legal rally cars at the time when it was produced.
Jeanette Lee works in the Matthewsons' office, and she's brought her 2017 Ford here today to launch a very unfair challenge.
0 to 60?
Between 4 and 5 seconds, I think.
Brake horsepower?
375.
At least she likes our Mondeo.
It's a lovely car. It's got a nice interior. It's quick, if you're not used to something as quick as this.
3, 2, 1, go!
So, Dave, you did it in 12.36.
Right.
Jeanette, you did it in
10.61.
Right, so that's nearly 11. And what was mine?
You're going to say, 12.36, so you're going to say it's nearly 11 as well, aren't you?
So basically there's a second in it.
Never let the facts get in the way, Dave.
Our Mondeo ST220 is ready for auction. Even though Dave has been left with egg on his spoiler, he's warmed to our entry-level fast Ford.
If you've got a big budget, go and buy something with a fancy RS badge, don't you? But if you're on a smaller budget, maybe you ought to think about the old ST badge instead.
Owing us £7,750, we were hopeful about recouping some cash.
You want me to tell you what I think it's worth now, don't you?
Yeah, what do you think it is worth?
185. That's the fun with this, isn't it? You never know how much you're going to lose.
Super fun.
Mondeo ST220. I've got some bids on my books here. So we've got 5,600, 5,700, 5,700.
For one of these, this is very strong money.
5,800, 5,900.
Hey, this is good, this is good.
£5,900 bid, £6,000 we've got. At £6,000 then, 6,100, 6,200, at 6,300, 6,400, 6,500, £6,500 bid. At 6,000.
We're almost tasting profit here.
Are we all done?
No, we're not all done.
£6,700 in Somerset there, 6,700, 6,800, 6,900, £7,000. At 7,001.
John's excited.
£7,100. Are we all done? 7,002 at 7,300. 2 seconds behind a 350 horsepower four-wheel drive Focus. They are. 7,600. 7,700. Somerset, good lad, he's back in again at 7,700. It's coming down, good luck to you, Somerset. It's going at 7,700. It's gone at 7,700. There we are. Wow.
That is fantastic. Well done, John.
Well done, well done.
Yes, we were excited. No, we didn't quite make a profit. But 50 quid loss, if you don't count the commission charges, is still one of our best results ever. And a happy ending for our MZ too. Brutally nicknamed the Iron Pig and thought to be one of the ugliest bikes ever made, new owner Paul Rotherham from Nottingham reckons it's an absolute stunner.
It's a very pretty bike, beautifully restored. That's a head turner, that. You walk past that bike and you can't help but look at it.
That said, Paul definitely intends to use it as well.
I was looking for a classic bike to take to a motorcycle rally place called Colombres in northern Spain. The deal is you go on a bike that's over 40 years old, and it's lovely. They organise ride-outs all around the Picos Mountains. Such a lovely place to ride a classic motorcycle, and I thought this is the one. This has got character, it's got social history. It is absolutely stunning.